Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation on a special, very late episode of Saturday Morning Blast Off. Welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas. And yeah, like I said, it's a very late episode of Saturday Morning Blast Off. Sorry, but yeah, shit gets busy now, with the new job and everything going on. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, then we will get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, what YouTube does takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos of my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. And if you want to know when I'm beyond live again next, you can hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have the links to all my social media, so Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. No tier set on the Patreon, waiting until I hit 1,000 subscribers, which I'm very, very close. And what happens, and you guys give me money, I'll give you something in return. Kind of a bartering system in a way, if you think about it. Also, I have the links to this YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. All right. Let's get down to it, huh? So, not a lot of news this week. No, I'm kidding. There's actually some news this week. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through The Last of Us. Oh, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go through the whole, not in detail, about Gina Carano being fired from The Mandalorian. Yes, she was fired from The Mandalorian due to some tweets that have been going on over the last, roughly about the last year, last couple of months, I should say, last half of the year. And yes, I'm putting on my glasses because I need to read some stuff. So this includes, tweets that were mocking transgender sensitive pronouns as well as transgender stuff in general. Unfounded suggestions of fraud during the presidential election, ridicule of mask wearing protocols during the pandemic, and of course, virus denying as well. And then the final thing is that she posted on Instagram and deleted it almost immediately, where she compared heated political disagreements in the present day United States, what's going on right now, to the extermination of Jews during the Holocaust. Yeah. That was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, shall we say. And that led to Disney and Lucasfilm firing her. Favreau had gone on record basically saying he doesn't care about people's politics. He doesn't give a shit about that. He was not involved in this from what it looked like, but at the same time, she just kept pushing buttons until finally Disney was like, yeah, that's enough. You're gone. And it's pretty much like any job that you're at. If you are going to be doing some abhorrent shit on, social media, and you're going to be bringing negative press to the place that you're working at, in connotation to that, they're going to fire you. And I'm sorry, that's kind of what happens. Actually, I'm not sorry. That's actually what happens. That's what you're supposed to. That's kind of what's supposed to happen, really. Yeah. So she supposedly is going off to make her own movie. She is going to produce, I guess, and star in a movie from some other site that is going to fund her. And yeah, good luck to that one, because I'm not going to be watching it. Anyway, with that out of the way. And quite honestly, I like the character Cara Dune, but yeah, the tweets are getting out of hand. They really were. Yeah. Applecrow says weekly reminder that apparently being sane is an achievement. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. What is 974 Mufinobi? I don't understand that reference. Spell it out for me. So I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, she was a minor character as far as I was concerned. I was surprised she came back in season 2, and yeah, it's okay if she leaves. Honestly, she is not the main attraction to the show. So, there. In other news, Pedro Pascal is joining Bella Ramsey to star in the HBO adaptation of The Last of Us. That's right, the video game The Last of Us, which I talked about before, is getting it's basically getting a series from HBO at this point, a live action series. And Pedro Pascal is going to be playing Joel, and of course, Bella Ramsey is going to be playing. I can't remember the name of the female character at the moment, who's the main character too. So they're playing the main characters there. Oh, 974 subs. Thank you, Mufinobi. It's been a whirlwind of stuff going on today, so didn't know what you were talking about there. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if they can actually uh, do a good video game adaptation. I mean, all video game adaptations that go to movies, TV series, whatnot, have all failed pretty much miserably. I don't think there's really been a good one. There's been entertaining ones. Let's just say that. The first Resident Evil, I liked. It wasn't faithful to the game really, but I liked the movie for what it was. It wasn't bad. Yeah. Mufino says, I can't believe all the support she's getting. Well, yeah, I can. It's the same usual bunch of people that are, yeah. That'll be gone as soon as that movie comes out. Whatever she's making, whatever. Yeah. So the less said, the better. WonderCon 2021 has been canceled. The live version of course, has been canceled because we are still in the middle of a pandemic. And Anaheim, of course, is right in the middle of all kinds of shit. They are one of the highest in California, one of the highest counties in California that have infection rates and stuff like that. So, of course, Anaheim is not allowing that. And of course, Disneyland isn't even open, which is in Anaheim. It's literally right across the street from the entrance to Disneyland is where WonderCon is held. I've been there before. Yes, I know exactly where it is. And usually you go to Disneyland. You go to WonderCon for about like 5 minutes and you go straight across the street to Disneyland and go into Disneyland because usually you get a discount with your WonderCon pass. At least that's the way it used to be. I think they stopped that practice because Disneyland was pretty funny. They were doing 50% off. Anyway, yeah, WonderCon is going to be at home again. It's been shortened to 2 days, March 26th and 27th. Hopefully there's going to be some interaction this time around instead of just pre-recorded shit that they throw at you. Because honestly, if I want to watch that, I can watch it anytime during the year, the rest of the year, and get that same information. Because frankly, that was boring. You really need to have some kind of audience interaction. That's what cons are about, is having an interaction between the fans and the stars that are in these shows, or the producers of these shows, directors, the creators, all that kind of stuff. That's what cons are about. And you can do that online. You really can. And you can do it on YouTube. As you can see, I have a little chat thing that's going off on the side over here that I'm interacting with people. You can do that and still have it done. You can have moderators and things like that. I mean, some moderators are better than others, right, Mufinobi? But you actually can do that stuff and do it well. So yeah, unless they change how they did last year's, I won't be looking at that. So Dan Harmon is also working on a new animated series for Fox. This is part of the deal that he had set up with Fox. And this one's supposed to be set in ancient mythical Greece. And it's supposed to be, from what I remember, I can't remember offhand. exactly what it was, but it's supposed to be um, an irreverent family comedy as told by one of the town's most inventive storytellers, is what it is. And that's what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to have mythical creatures in there. It's also going to be a sharp commentary on today's politics, celebrity, and pop culture, which is kind of what Dan Harmon does anyway. And yeah, it's going to be at Fox. And of course, it's going to be in the animated lineup of Sunday night lineup that Fox already has. So I'm okay with that. And yes, Apple Crow, you are sane compared to some of the other stuff that's out there right now. What else here? Oh, yes. There's going to be a True Lies TV series that's in the works at CBS. Matt Nix is working with James Cameron on this one. It'll be interesting to see if James Cameron actually lets Matt Nix work on some stuff, or if he's going to do what he did, or with the last Terminator movie, where he just kind of interfered with everything and you end up getting shit. So yeah, hopefully, he lets Matt Nix do what he's supposed to do. Also, McGee is supposed to be directing the pilot, which is interesting. So with Matt Nix, Cameron, and McGee on all of this, I'm interested. The thing that disinterests me is it's on CBS. It's most likely going to go to CBS All Access, which is going to be even further disinteresting for me because, let's face it, CBS All Access, I'm not going to pay for that shit. Yeah. I like The Babysitter and The Babysitter 2. That made me laugh. It really did. I was not expecting The Babysitter 2, and that it came up and had all the original actresses, actors and actresses come in and did such a great job on it. Yeah. Yeah, that was McGee. I love the Charlie's Angel series too. The Lucy Liu, Cameron Diaz and Drew Barrymore one. It was good. And if you look on YouTube, you'll actually hear, I believe there's audio of Bill Murray berating Lucy Liu for being such a horrible actress, which is always fun as well. Yeah. It's brutal, man. And he wasn't ever called out for that, which is kind of, interesting on that one. But, well, she is a terrible actress, but still. So, yeah. The CW is not picking up the pilot for the Latino Wonder Girl series that was in the works. And this is according to one of the writers of the series, or I should say the head writer of the series. So the Latino Wonder Girl in DC Comics is actually called Yara Flor, is her name. This is not Donna Troy, but this is Yara Flor. And so they were working on a series that was going to be based on that one. And it's not coming out now on the CW, which is kind of surprising, given that the CW has pretty much been the repository for anything junky from DC. I mean, yeah, let's just face it. All the DC stuff that they do is not good. It's basic, and it suffers from not having a good budget there. And that's what I mean by junky, is that it has very low production value, and they reuse sets over and over and over again. And instead of actually showing powers or super powered fight scenes, you get a lot of drama and feelings in hallways, talking and feelings in hallways. And we don't really need more of that. We have enough of it on The Flash. Well, it looks like Superman and Lois are going to have some of that going on too. And, Black Lightning's getting canceled. Legend of Tomorrow, I might as well give you the Legends of Tomorrow news as well. Dominic Purcell. Of course, it's going into season 7. We know it's already got picked up for a season 7. He said this is his last season that he's doing this. He doesn't care if it goes to a season 8 or not. He's contractually obligated to do season 7, but that is going to be his last one, and he's done. And I can see that after 7 seasons, especially on that series, you want to go off and do some other stuff. Excuse me. But yeah, I don't blame him on that one at all. And I like Dominic Purcell in that as playing Heatwave, and also the author of a what is it, erotic sci-fi novel that he's been doing, which is pretty funny as well. But anyway, and speaking of things that we probably really don't want, there's a lot of remakes, of course, in the works, and unfortunately, and sequels. Phoebe Walter-Bridge and Donald Glover are going to produce and star in an Amazon Prime series based on Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the movie. Yeah, the Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie movie. Excuse me, the one that broke up his marriage to Jennifer Aniston. Yeah. So that is going to be made into a series with Donald Glover and the woman from Fleabag. I haven't seen Fleabag, by the way. I know people keep talking about it. I haven't seen it. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. So I haven't seen her in anything that I can remember offhand. So I can't tell you about her acting ability or anything like that. So we'll see what happens with that. If it goes anywhere or if Amazon even delivers on this. I know that Donald Glover's production company is in an agreement with Amazon Prime to produce some stuff. So we'll see what it is. Funny, Stanley. Funny. What you missed was where the rewind button was. I'm waiting for Morks to come in so I can restart everything all over again. 3, 2, 1, Morks. I have to say his name 3 times, right? Morks, Morks, Morks. There we go. And then he shows up. Oh, it didn't work this time. Okay. So, Zawe Ashton is set to play the villain in Captain Marvel 2. What villain? We don't know. We just know that she's going to be playing a villain. I am interested in seeing anything Captain Marvel wise. Tell you the truth, the first movie was really bad, and it was just the writing, the directing. It was bad. It really was. I know that we're actually getting the writer from Wanda Vision who's going to be doing the script for the second one, and I forget who's directing it. It's actually someone so it's completely different writer director combo for Marvel 2, Captain Marvel 2. And also we're going to have Tiana Paris is going to be in there, of course, as the grown-up Monica Rambeau. She is going to move into that. So of course she's getting her superpowers. We already know she's getting her superpowers in WandaVision, but yeah. Hopefully it's Photon is what she's going to be. Stanley says Waller-Bridge is very good in Fleabag. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, I keep hearing nothing but good things, but I haven't seen it. Excuse me. I did not flush out the vocal cords before I came on. I was working on some stuff. So, J.J. Abrams is working on the Overlook series for HBO Max. What's the Overlook series, you might ask? Well, that's supposed to be based on The Shining. Yes, the Overlook Hotel. Monica Rambeau. Rambeau. Stanley. So yeah, the Overlook Hotel is being made into a series by J.J. Abrams, Bad Robot, and HBO Max. Why? Who knows? Honestly, it was something that we didn't need, and it's not something I'm really interested in seeing. I'm really not, especially from J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot. It's gonna be a mystery box thing where yeah. In the show, a lot of people say Rambo. Uh-huh. Yeah. So yeah, not really looking forward to that one. Also, what I'm not looking forward to is Adam Wingard. It's a lot of stuff I'm not looking forward to in today's news. Adam Wingard, who of course is doing Godzilla versus King Kong, is working on a direct sequel to Face Off, the Nicolas Cage, John Travolta movie from the 90s. Yeah. It's supposedly going to be a direct sequel to that movie, and he's directing it. I don't know. Like I said, we don't need this nostalgia thing where you keep resurrecting 30-year-old movies, 40-year-old movies, and doing fucking sequels after the fact. Stop. Do something new. I know studios are afraid of doing new things. They're afraid of taking chances, but fucking take a chance. Man. Applecrow says, what if the Overlook, yeah, okay, yeah, thanks for the mystery box, yeah. What's behind this door? I don't know. We should go behind this door because I think what's behind this door is the key to everything, but we can't find the key to the door, so we don't know what's behind the door. We won't find out what's behind the door until season 3, and then it won't matter about that point because then something else will come up that'll be more important than what the door is and what's behind the door. What's in the fucking box? Yeah. We don't need any more of that. And the final thing that I've got here, Keanu Reeves was offered the role to play Kraven the Hunter, but it was months ago and he passed it. He passed on that. He was supposed to be offered the role for Kraven the Hunter in, I believe, the latest Spider-Man movie. Is what it was. And he passed on that. So there was a certain website out there that did guess right, or whatever their news source was, had gotten the right information, but it was months old, which is what normally happens with disinformation at this point. I think the Overlook needs more smoke monsters and polar bears. Yes, Stanley, they do. They really do. But yeah, like I said, not much news this week. Not much good news, I guess you could say. Not much intriguing news. Just some weird shit going on. Same thing as every day. Yeah. Applecrow says, for some reason, my brain thought of Nick Cage when you said Keanu Reeves, and I was all in. Nick Cage as Kraven the Hunter, I can see that, quite honestly. I mean, why not? I'm sure they can get him for cheap. And he's doing every movie known to mankind now at this point. What is he doing? That Wally's Wonderland or Willy's Wonderland or whatever it is, about the animatronics that come to life and try and kill people. And he's the janitor. And yeah. And then Jiu-Jitsu, the movie about it's on pay-per-view right now, where he's fighting aliens in a combat to the death or something like that using martial arts. I mean, there are just some weird shit. Stanley says, so you discussed the Gina Carano thing? Yes, I did. I went over it quickly and got through it as fast as I could. Like a Band-Aid, I just kind of ripped it off. Because honestly, that's all it deserved. It really doesn't need to be belabored to a point. I know there's going to be other websites out there, you know who I'm talking about, that are going to belabor it for weeks and months on end and are going to make it a mission, their own personal mission, in order to do whatever it takes or that they think they need to do on it. I am not going to be one of those websites or YouTube channels or anything like that are going to do that. I just basically told you about it and I've moved on from it because it's really not that important. Stanley says, but there is probably not much to say except the stupid prizes thing. That's right. Say stupid things, win stupid prizes. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah. I'd rather spend my time talking about more happy stuff than stuff like that. I mean, Yeah. It's a reason why, I mean, I move on from those things fairly quickly. Dante says that employers have the right to fire and hire who they want. Exactly. They do. And if you are the kind of employee that is going to keep spouting the same shit over and over and over again, especially the same misinformed shit, shall I say, yeah, they're going to fire you because it just looks bad for them, especially when it's bringing negative press to their door. I've already seen stupid outrage about this that makes your milk curdle. Yeah, I know, Stanley. I've seen it too. I just basically put it on mute and shove it off to the side. It really, it, so this is almost as intriguing to me as the whole Arnie Hammer, um, cannibalism thing where he got dropped by Lionsgate, his agency, and pretty much everyone at this point for uh, saying some really disturbing stuff, I guess you could say, repeatedly over and over and over again until finally people are like, dude, you're a bit on the creepy side. See ya. And that had nothing to do with politics. That was just him being creepy. And they dumped him. Yeah. I look at it this way, it's the same thing. But there you have it. Stanley Tweedle says, oh, okay. You guys are talking about that. I low key want them to recast the character with Elliot Page. That would be hilarious, actually. I agree with you, Apple Crow. That would be interesting. Recast Cara Dune with Elliot Page. I say there's a Twitter campaign in that, and you can make it happen. Go for it, Apple Crow. See how I delegate that one, and I just push it off to the side. There we go. Go for it, Apple Crow. I now deign you to do that. Yes, it's been a long fucking week for me. It really has. So, as you can tell from me being tired and all kinds of weird. And I forgot to unplug the damn water bowl again from the dog. And so you can hear water trickling in the background. That's what that sound is. Hopefully it brings you some soothing tones in the background when I go silent. There it is. Oh man. You know what I am loving though? Is that WandaVision? I'm not going to do any spoilers on any of this. I love that WandaVision is being so unforgiving to casual fans and non-comic book fans in general, and are basically just going full deep dive into Marvel comics, Marvel movies, all that kind of stuff. And if you don't know your shit, if you've just been watching passively and haven't been paying any attention, you're going to be fucking lost on that show completely, which I'm actually enjoying that, tell you the truth. I don't know why. It's this kind of little perverse pleasure, I guess you could say, in that respect. That that they're doing that. I don't know if anyone else is getting that kind of same pleasure out of it, but it is that geeky deep dive though too that we want out of WandaVision. And I agree with you, Dante. Yes, WandaVision does feel like a comic. It feels more like a comic than anything else that we've watched so far from the MCU. And that's what I'm digging about it. I mean, it's good. Stanley says I need quite a lot of additional literature to understand WandaVision. Yeah. If you have not been reading comics for the last 30 years or so, if you have not been watching any of the MCU movies, you cannot just jump into the show and go, "Hey, I'm here. I want to watch a new show." No, it doesn't work that way. This show has layers upon layers upon layers, and I'm sure once we get the final reveal of what the fuck is going on, it's going to be a really big deep dive and a big what the fuck layers, I should say, on that one. And Stanley says, "Thank God for YouTube." Yeah, thank God for the internet, right? Because otherwise, I've been doing my research as well on this because there's even some stuff that's so deep in there that I have to actually go through and do a little research, refresh my memory on some stuff, and also go, well, what does this mean? And then I see some theories on some stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, that actually sounds good. Excuse me. And following along with it as well. So even I have to do my research on that show. Yeah. I don't know everything. I'm close to knowing everything, but I'm not omnipotent. I can't even say omnipotent. There we go. I just did. So obviously I'm not. But I am omnipresent. Look behind you. All right. I should probably let you guys go for the day. This is going to be a quick one. Just check it in. Stanley says, but the head sword villain is quite idiotic at the moment. Or is he? Yeah. I don't think I think there's a reason behind it, Stanley. I really do. But we'll be discussing that on Friday on WandaVision. And this is an excellent segue for what do I have coming up this week? Well, tomorrow and Monday I'm off. I'm not going to be doing anything at all. Tuesday is going to be Is It Worth My Time? And it's going to be the Salma Hayek Owen Wilson movie Bliss that's on Amazon Prime. Wednesday I'll be off. Thursday will be a new episode of Resident Alien. Friday will be the new episode of WandaVision. That's right, where we're going to be talking about WandaVision in depth. And on Saturday is going to be back around to Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any other genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. Kind of like what we're doing right now. Because honestly, the news week is getting slower and slower and slower, considering that there is a pandemic going on that shows no sign of stopping at the moment. Any idea when the Lord of the Rings show is coming out? Your guess is as good as mine, Dante S. No one said anything. I keep hearing every now and then that they're still working on it, but there's no release date. There's even no year given at this point. And given with what happened with the pandemic, I know last I heard, if I remember correctly, they were working on some stuff down in New Zealand, and New Zealand is out of the restriction protocols. They're not letting people in. So if you were there, you're there, because that's where they were working on the Ten Rings, Shang-Chi, and the Legend of the Ten Rings. They're working on that down there. They're working on a couple different movies down in New Zealand. I know that. And also, so basically when the production companies got there, they closed off the borders and they're like, nope, nobody else comes in. And I know that Australia just got shut down for 5 days recently, too. So in the same vein, because of one of the new strains popped up in there. So they closed everything down for 5 days, and because they had 20 confirmed cases. 20 people, 20, yes. Versus the, what is it we have now? 500,000 deaths, and yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, that aside. Yeah, I don't know when Lord of the Rings is coming out. Dante has to have no clue. Because again, like I said, they're not really giving us any information on that. There's a lot of productions out there that are in limbo because of all of this stuff that's going on. And I know that some stuff is just theorized. They've pushed it back to like 2022, a lot of stuff. Just as a placeholder. Yeah. And we still don't know when the Black Widow movie's coming out or if it's coming out. I think they're still holding out for a theatrical release. which is just stupid. Put it on Disney Plus. I will pay the fucking $30 to watch it. I will pay $30. That's right. To watch Black Widow, as long as I get to own it afterwards too. Digital copy. I don't need the physical copy at this point. I'll own the digital copy at this point. And don't just make it Disney Plus only. Give me it on, Amazon, Vudu, whatever it is. Yeah. When will Stargirl continue? That's a good question too, Stanley. No clue. They haven't said anything about that. They haven't said if it's started filming or not. I know that we've gotten Batwoman that's come out. Superman and Lois is coming out on next week. Next week is when Superman and Lois is coming out. I believe that Legends of Tomorrow is supposed to be coming out fairly soon, if I'm not mistaken. No, Black Lightning is supposed to be coming out soon. Legends of Tomorrow is the mid-season replacement. That's right. Yeah. And of course, there is no Swamp Thing season 2. Swamp Thing season 1 was it. And that's all we're getting, unfortunately. The Flash is supposed to be popping up here shortly as well. I believe the end of this month or the beginning of next month. So there you have it on the CW front for the DC shows. I'm actually going to look at the Superman and Lois opener, the pilot for that one, and see what's going on there. Doom Patrol season 3 is filming. I know that much, Stanley. Harley Quinn, I know season 3 they're working on it because they already had the scripts, and because HBO delayed giving them the season 3, they didn't have the animation going on. So of course they sent the scripts overseas to get them animated, and they're working on that now. That takes a lot longer to do. When you interrupt an animator's process, an animated series process, especially when they already have the scripts done, it takes longer for them to get started again. So normally, if you're in the middle of their production run and then you say, okay, you're getting another season on top of that, then they can actually plan for it and keep going. Yeah. Stanley says the trailer for Superman and Lois did not look so good to me. Yeah, I want to take a look at it anyway to see what it is. I like the guy who's playing Superman. I like this iteration of it. He's not bad, and I want to see where it goes. I also like Bitsy Tulloch as Lois as well. And them having kids, it just seems like it's going to be a fun ride. I don't know. It could get mired down in the CW-ness of all of it. The Dawson's Creek-ness. Because that's really what it is. It's all Dawson's Creek. It's all Dawson's Creek. It all stems back to that old CW chestnut Dawson's Creek. And nobody really wants to go down that road. Stanley says, and who excuse me, and who wants to see a superhero show where the hero I do. I find this interesting, quite honestly. Ever since they did it in Crisis of Infinite Earths, where at the end of it, he gets a phone call from Lois that says that the twins, something's going on with the twins. And I was like, what? And that kind of intrigued me and I wanted to see it. So I am that person that wants to see a superhero show like that. Oh, and holy shit, I almost forgot. We have Invincible coming up as well. So let me get out my book here that actually has what I'm supposed to be doing here. There we go. And Invincible is supposed to be coming out on, well, I got Wanda Vision and it's March is when it comes out. It's in March. So the animated Invincible is coming out. Stanley says twins even. I see no parallels to other shows. Yeah, well, I have no problem with it. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go for the day. Thank you to everybody joining me today in the chat. And thank you if you made it this far in the video. I know it's a little bit rambly and not, too centered, but when else has my videos, have they been that way? If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button down below. And if you can, hit that like button and the share button as well. And if you want to know when we're on live again next, hit that bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule up there. And all the links to my social media and my pages are up there as well. Thank you, everybody. I will see you again on Tuesday for Is It Worth My Time? Bliss is what that one's going to be. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may end up, I don't know, being in limbo as to when the hell your show's coming out because there's a pandemic going on. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again on Tuesday. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care. Have a good long weekend. Have a good Valentine's Day. All that kind of stuff out there. And remember, wear your masks. No glove, no love. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you on Tuesday. Good night, or have a good weekend. Thanks.